aka Patters. Welcome back to, let's say it, the show of shows. This is the Film Buff Podcast. And today we're talking about a recent, you don't get any more recent than this because it just dropped a day or two ago. Hulu, The Summer of 69. Now, it doesn't take place in 1969. This movie is a part of a revelation that I've been having. And that's because I watch so many movies. I never thought about the summer coming of age drama comedy genre. Now, we've been recording some of these. So I've already been on this genre for probably about 2 months now. So it's amazing to me when something like Summer of 69 drops. And the reason why it's amazing is because I'm already plugged into the genre. So I can go into this movie knowing what to expect, knowing what the tropes are, and looking for, and here we go, the nuance. And this movie has, for this genre, a lot of deviations and a lot of thought. So we give a lot of credit to our filmmakers. We give a lot of credit to the people we have on screen selling us this story. This movie's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I like the swerves that this movie gives you. So let's go.
Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
So to continue on that intro real quick, and guys, before we go any further, because I'm going to address a little bit of a criticism I got recently. You have to go to AKAPAD.com. Now, this site is now being rebranded and retitled, I'll say, as my self-portrait. So if any part of my personality, I know it's tough. If anything you like about me, about my opinions, if you want to see my artwork, if you want to catch up on some of my live streams, I aggregate my entire life's work to a single nucleus, a single point, and that is AKAPAD.com. And where does AKAPAD come from? It's another known as Peter Anthony DeLuca. That is my name. I don't hide myself. I'm not a anonymous thumbnail. Yes, some of my opinions that I put out there can, maybe trigger warning, but I don't hide myself. And because I don't hide myself, I value my opinions to be a little bit more than the people that do. With that said, I recently got the criticism, and it did happen during the intro. I completely gave away how I feel about this movie before we get deeper into the episode. Do I feel like that strips away the episode, right? Like, why listen past the first minute? Look, this is a movement. This is a big idea. This is the AKAPAD Army. I think you guys want to know a lot about me. I think you guys want to know a lot about how, for this example, the genre of the summer movie. And we got movies coming up. We got movies by Ed Burns. There are so many people that technically Licorice Pizza from Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA, who a lot of people are convinced is the greatest filmmaker living. He is up there, but we've had, and let's just skip everything I just said and let's get right into it. We've had dominant forces in cinema attempt to make the summer movie. As I said, Ed Burns, Paul Thomas Anderson, they've tried. Now, here's the thing. Wikipedia wants to, and this movie, I love that this movie just dropped, because I'd like being able to watch something, bring it to you guys. I was between Nona from Netflix and Hard Eyes just dropped on Netflix, but those are coming this week. Netflix lists this movie as an American comedy film. Now, here's the thing. We have a young woman, and I do. See, when you're being set up, because they set this girl up, Sam Morales. She plays Abby Flores. She goes to an all-Catholic school, which is ironically in walking distance to a like big time strip club, or maybe like small town strip club. That's a little weird, but she's in this Catholic school. All of her contemporaries, and I just I don't know where to go sometimes with these discussions, because I just get so excited. The names of the characters in this movie are all either like cathartic Catholic related, or they're named after a brand. So she befriends this girl. She's a stripper, but her name's Santa Monica, which is one of the most amazing names I've seen in cinema in my entire life. She's played by Chloe Fineman. So we get this trope of the bottled up schoolgirl who doesn't quite fit in because her name is Abby Flores. Like, her name doesn't even fit in with her contemporaries. And then the two of these are going to get together, and this girl just wants to get with her crush, this guy named Max that works at the ice cream place. And Max is played by Matt Connett. And we have a bright future here. We have a bright future for Chloe Fineman. Same Morales, who I can't wait to see in other movies. And Matt Cornett, who also equally I cannot wait. Now, what you do is you get this young cast and you surround them by Julian Bell, Charlie Day, Nicole Breyer. You give them the talent. So this is very much like a sports team. You recruit young, you surround them by veterans, and you cross your fingers for success. And that's exactly what happens here. See, we get this somewhat self-reflective, we know we're a movie, because the movie is now narrated by our girl here, Abby. Abby's narration is great, but Abby visually, when we see her on screen, when we see her up there in the bright lights, we have to say to ourselves, like, would this girl have been cast 10, 20 years ago? And maybe even 5 years ago? You will say no. See, Hollywood is making a little bit of a swerve here. Like a little bit of a, not swerve, a little bit of a divergent path. And that path is, they're not putting the beautiful of the beautiful, the model-esque people. If you go to like something like She's All That. I forget the girl's name. The girl in She's All That. They play her down, but when they play her up, it's like a revelation. It's like, holy crap, right? We're kind of in the zone where a lot of these casting decisions are played down, but these people are on screen and they have all the talent, because this, the way that this girl comes off on camera on that big bright screen, is it's of note. It's really to admire, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to star in the movie. It really does. She makes it look easy. To me, she's a talent. To me, she's a pro. To me, she deserves adulation. So a lot of that comes from Jillian Bell. This is our writer, director, co-writer. She also co-wrote this with Liz, Nico, and Jules Bryant. So we want to say, because this girl comes from the SNL writing room, I love that a lot of these SNL people are bleeding out. Just because the professionalism, the timely manner, the clock ticking, the SNL writer room is, again, like we saw something similar with Simpsons, we saw something similar with Rick and Morty. These writing rooms become legendary for a reason, because it's a collection of talent, but it also trains and nurtures and challenges the talent, and it does it in a professional, high-paced manner. It's again, when it comes to the origin and history of a lot of this stuff, of note, highly significant. So Jillian Bell might have advanced methods of workshopping skits and scripts and stories. What do you have to do to sell an idea? So the whole plot is that this girl befriends a stripper, and the stripper helps her get laid by the guy that she likes, And then by the end of the movie, the guy that she likes is a virgin, and they're not doing a 69 because she thinks that's what he's all about, which it's amazing that that's in the title of the movie. But they kiss, and that kiss is so freaking meaningful, so important. It's, and there's like Jolie in here. She does a perfect job in setting the trial and the tribulation. It's almost like Homer in the Odyssey for that kiss, and that kiss sells. So I apologize if people have told me that before. People told me I spoil movies and I talk about how I feel about movies too early in the podcast. That's not this show. But guys, this movie is fantastic. This movie deserves your attention. It's a great summertime movie. I'm happy to put this in our summertime rollout. The summer of 1969. Let's go.
Okay, that's a wrap.